What's up guys, I'm here with part 2 of my prediction game video for the Steel Cage WWE World Heavyweight Championship match where the RKO is banned and Kane is the gatekeeper. There's a lot to mention when you're talking about this match, a lot of stipulations, and of course you've got Kane there as the gatekeeper, which is the first time I think we've had a gatekeeper for a Steel Cage match. It's going to be interesting to see what Kane does. If he does anything. I'm thinking he's there because he is going to get involved somehow, do something. But anyways, as far as this match goes, my detailed prediction. So first off, I think Seth Rollins is going to win this match. And oh right, he goes for the punt kick. Now, since the RKO is banned, it doesn't mean that I don't think Randy's going to try and go for it or attempt to go for it and then be like, oh, that's right, I can't do the RKO. Since the RKO is banned, like I just said a couple seconds ago, I think that's going to play a part in how Seth Rollins wins this match. I think Randy's going to, for a point in the match, maybe forget that the RKO is banned and then try and go for it, and then at the last second, he like remembers that, hey, I can't use the RKO, it's banned. If I use it, I get... Actually, what happens if Randy uses it? They didn't go into, I guess, too much detail. I guess he automatically loses the match, but it is a steel cage match, and steel cage matches don't have any disqualifications. So, yeah, I guess he automatically loses the match if he uses it. But, yeah, I guess that makes this the first steel cage match where you can actually get disqualified. Now, like I was saying, I think we'll see Randy at some point forget about it, and then because of that slight, time there where Randy, stops the RKO or decides not to go for it, Rollins capitalizes, hits him with his new finisher, that DDT thing, DDT facebuster or the curb stomp or something like that, and then he gets out the cage. I don't think we'll see Seth Rollins pin Randy here, because I do think that Randy and Seth Rollins aren't done after Extreme Rules. I think they're going to have another match at Payback, whether that match be a multi-man match, like a triple threat match with Roman Reigns, or another one-on-one match between Randy and Seth. I just feel like steel cage matches are one of those matches that they can use to prolong a feud and give somebody a win without making the loser look like a loser. Because Randy can lose this match, but he cannot get pinned in the process. Seth Rollins could simply escape the match, and that doesn't make Randy look weak at all. So just like if you look at John Cena versus Bray Wyatt last year in a steel cage match, John Cena, although he lost that match, he looked like the stronger competitor. He went ahead and beat up Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and Bray in the match. Bray just escaped the cage and won. But, like I said, at the end of the day, John Cena did not look weak at all in that match. So, I'm expecting an escape win here. I could possibly see Seth Rollins pinning Randy, but I don't think it's very likely. Especially with Kane as the gatekeeper, I feel like he's going to play a part in Rollins escaping the cage. Like, we might see Randy try and escape, and then Kane just smashes the steel cage door on Randy, and then Rollins goes ahead and climbs out the cage, or something like that. And as far as why I think Rollins is going to win this match, he just won the championship. He won it, Mania. This is his first title defense. Once again, it's in a steel cage, so he can win the match without making his opponent look weak. Not even saying that, by pinning him, he's going to make Randy look weak. No, but a steel cage is a perfect opportunity to give somebody a win without having that other person get pinned. And it's also the perfect match for a heel to win, and Randy beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. So, I feel like Rollins is going to get the win this time around. Actually, we can go back to the night where Seth Rollins took out Randy. Seth Rollins beat Randy that night. And then Randy comes back, faces Rollins at WrestleMania, Randy wins. So now they're 1-1. And now this is the third match. Third match, I think Rollins wins it. Especially because there's two guys that have unfinished business with Seth Rollins as the champion. Those two guys being Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar, obviously the former champion. Seth Rollins beat him for the championship. He didn't pin him, but, he won the championship off of Brock Lesnar. And so Brock is entitled to a rematch and he still didn't get that rematch. He has unfinished business with Seth Rollins since WrestleMania, and also the night after on Raw when Rollins decided not to give him a title shot and just ran away from Brock. That match is going to happen. Brock is going to get his rematch, and I don't think that rematch is going to be between Brock and Randy. I mean, I'd love to see Brock versus Randy, but I don't think that Randy's going to be the champion once Brock comes back and, challenges for the championship once again. I fully expect Rollins to be that champion when Brock comes back. And Reigns, he's also got some unfinished business with Seth Rollins. Rollins cost him his WrestleMania Championship match. Well, you can argue that. I mean, Brock did hit an F5 on Roman Reigns before Seth Rollins came out and cashed in that briefcase, so Brock had the advantage. But once Seth Rollins went ahead and cashed in, Reigns did spear Brock, and then, Rollins went ahead and curb stomped Reigns. And also on Raw, my bad, not on Raw, on SmackDown, Roman Reigns pinned Seth Rollins. So he's also got a non-title win over Rollins. He's got a bunch of non-title wins over Rollins. So, yeah, two guys have some unfinished business with the champ, Rollins. And I think both those guys are going to get a championship match against Seth Rollins, whether it be a triple threat match with Reigns, Brock, and Rollins, or whether it be Rollins versus Brock one-on-one and Rollins versus Reigns one-on-one. Speaking of Reigns, he might just get that title shot before Brock, because I'm thinking Brock returns at SummerSlam. Between now and SummerSlam, they've got Payback, they've got Money in the Bank, and I don't know, do they still have the Battleground pay-per-view? I'm not sure, but there's a pay-per-view before SummerSlam after Money in the Bank. Last year it was Battleground, so I'm assuming it's Battleground this year too. So yeah, they've got 3 pay-per-views before SummerSlam. It's very likely that Roman Reigns gets a title shot in between that time. So we might just see Reigns versus Rollins in one of those pay-per-views, and I fully expect that match to be for the championship, because that's what it's all about. Rollins costing Reigns the championship, and Rollins taking the championship from Brock without pinning him and refusing to give him a title shot the night after and just running away and just making Brock even more pissed. So I'm looking forward to, especially looking forward to Rollins versus Brock. And if it's a triple threat, Reigns versus Brock versus Rollins, that should be cool too. Both those, I mean, if you look at Rollins versus Brock versus Cena, that was an awesome match. So if they have a triple threat, Rollins, Reigns, and Brock, I think that match is going to be another great triple threat. But going back to this match, because, I am talking about this match, kind of went a little off topic here. Well, it's not really off topic, but anyways, as far as Randy versus Seth Rollins, it's also going to be interesting to see this match without the RKO. We're not going to see an RKO in this match. We're not going to see an RKO out of nowhere. We're not going to see a curb stop into an RKO. It's also going to be interesting because of the whole curb stomp situation. There was news that the curb stomp was banned, and then on Raw we didn't see the curb stomp. Seth Rollins used a new finisher, which looks like a DDT into a facebuster. And then some news came out that the curb stomp is not banned, but that they wanted to give Seth Rollins a new finisher that he can pull off out of nowhere, kind of like the RKO. Although I'm not really sure on that DDT facebuster being a move he can pull off of nowhere. You still got to set the opponent up in the DDT position and then hit the facebuster or whatever. It's not an RKO. It's not, he can't hit that off of somebody jumping from the top rope like Randy can hit an RKO. So it's going to be interesting to see what Randy does, what Randy tries to use as a finisher or a move to finish off Seth Rollins. Because he's going to pull off some moves and then go for the pin. It's going to be cool to see if he brings back the punt, tries to kick Seth Rollins' head. Or maybe we can see Randy pull off a brand new submission finisher. I mean, John Cena, the first time he pulled off the STF was because he was put in a triple threat submission match against Chris Masters and Kurt Angle. So he had to win via submission, and that was the first night we saw the STF from John Cena, and since then he's been using it as a second finisher. So maybe we see that from Randy as a new second finisher that he can use along with the RKO, since he can't use the RKO in this match. As far as Rollins, I hope we see a curb stomp in this match. As far as this new finisher, what do you guys think about it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I'm talking about the DDT facebuster that he used on Raw. Anyways, whatever happens, I'm expecting a good match out of these two. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, you can click that like button, and I'm out. See ya.